Hello and welcome back to another random project. Last week, when I was ill, I took an interest in Blackjack, especially the card counting bit of it, so I decided to make a tool for it in Excel. So first of all, we start with an empty Excel sheet. So I want to make a basic strategy chart over here. I want some more things like how many decks are in the Blackjack shoe, the count, the through count, how many cards are played, and the minimal and maximum bet of the table. And I want some easy buttons I need to click. So if you don't know what Blackjack is it's a card game where you need to get as close to 21 as possible. If you go over 21, you bust. You're out of the game, and you play against a house who also needs to get as close to 21 as possible. And the one that's closest to 21 wins, and if you go over, you lose. It's actually really simple. But as I said, I wanted to make a basic strategy for the chart here for how to play the game. So I will insert that one now. Okay, now I have done this. All of the S, H, D stands for what you need to do, like hit, stand, double, split. Um, okay, so now I want the number of decks in the game, uh, the count, uh, through count. The through count is the count divided by the number of decks that are still in the game. And the value that comes out of that one determines how much money you can enter. Cards played, we need the minimal bet and the maximum bet of the table. So for this next part, we're going to need the developers tab. If you don't got this one, you can just customize your ribbon. You get this screen, and down here you see developer tab of developer, and you need to think this one. And then you have the developers tab. I want some 3 buttons, so I'm going to go to the insert and the active X controls. I'm going to add a command button about this size. Just drag and drop. For every single one you need a new one. You can also just command C and control C, control C, control V, and you have the command button 1, 2 and 3. As long as the shine mode here on top is on, I can just right click, go to properties, and here caption I can change the name. I'm going to call it less than 6, as in cards 2 through 6. This one the same, only I'm going to add 7 through 9 and command button 3. is going to call 10 and up, so that includes the ace. Now if you double click on one of the buttons, you see your VBA project with all of the command buttons. So I just clicked on the less than 6, so it's already blinking in the piece of code for this button. Now I'm going to need the lines for to code. So we have now, I added the clear button also, and here in the top, if we have design mode, if we click it once, it turns off, and we have a normal mouse, so we can click on the buttons. If I click clear, cards played turns to 3 on the 12. If I do 1 less than 6, the cards played turned 1 down and the count turned 1 up. If I click on 7 through 9, the cards played is once again 1 down and the count stayed 0. 10 plus is count 0, cards played 1 down. I clicked it now multiple times, greater than 10, and the count turned way down. And if I click clear, the count is again 0 and cards played is back to 312. If you play for example a game with 8 decks, we just put here in 8, we clear the game, and we have 416 cards. Now I only need to do some tidying up. So couple of nice borders. So we also want to know a true count. So the true count is done by a small formula. So the formula is equals the count divided by the cards played, and that divided by 52 cards in a game. And now we have, well, a 0 because there is nothing played. So we want to know how much we need to bet each hand. So I'm going to merge these ones, put a border around it, call it bet amount, make it bold, a bit bigger, and here also a border around. And this is also calculated with a formula, so it's equal again the max bet divided by the number of decks times the true count. So in this instance is of course a 0 again, because we don't have a minimal bet and a maximum bet, and the count is also 0. But if we now press, well, for example, multiple times, we see well, minus 40 isn't there, so it's a minimal of $10, euros. But if we go, if there are a lot of low cards played, we can see the amount we need to bet goes up and up. If we clear it again, it's 0. So after a bit of tidying up, a bit colors, one of the colors, one of the buttons, I made a color clear before every use, and well, here it's just a bit bigger. It's just the same as these, only bigger. So I hope you liked this random project. It was very chaotic because I didn't do it with a script this time. Yeah, if you liked the video, please like it and consider subscribing.